AWS just announced a new certification, the AWS Certified Generative AI Developer Professional. This certification replaces the older AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty and completes the AWS AI Certification Path. You can find the link to the official announcement in the description of this video. Most of the information is expected to arrive on the 18th of November, but do check out the links for the few facts we already have. In this video, I will recap the community's first impressions and also give my personal ones as someone who has worked developing GenAI apps in the past year. You can also read my blog post instead of watching this video if you prefer. There's a link in the description. This announcement did not catch us by surprise in the AWS certifications community. Ever since the Machine Learning Engineer Associate became available, we suspected that Machine Learning Specialty would soon be deprecated. After all, both of those certifications have about an 80% overlap in their content. Just to focus on them was different. The Machine Learning Engineer Associate focuses on everything pertaining to Amazon SageMaker and MLOps in AWS, whereas the Machine Learning Specialty also tested your knowledge in vendor-agnostic machine learning and AI concepts. Machine Learning Specialty also felt outdated since it did not cover any modern generative AI material. AWS has been deprecating specialty certifications in the past years and moving towards associate and professional certifications. Hence, we all speculated that they would soon announce a new Pro Cert that would renew Data Engineering Associate and Machine Learning Engineering Associate certifications when you passed it. This would follow the pattern we see in the AWS DevOps Pro Certification Path, which renews the Developer Associate and the CloudOps Engineer Associate if you pass it. So it makes sense. The naming of the new certification raises some eyebrows. We were expecting it to maybe be MLOps Professional, but instead they chose Generative AI Developer Professional. This is probably due to marketing reasons, since GenAI Developer probably catches the attention of sales and recruitment people more than the term MLOps Engineer. If we get technical, a GenAI dev does not need to know much of the underlying machine learning or AI technologies that train the GenAI foundation models. They just need to know how to make them work in their app. Colloquially, most GenAI apps out there are known as ChatGPT wrappers because, well, that's exactly what they are. Everyone and their mother wants a RAG chatbot for their business right now, so GenAI devs who can do this are in high demand. An MLOps engineer does need to at least have some notions of machine learning training and machine learning inference deployment. As an analogy, a car driver only needs to know how to drive a car and that's it, but a car mechanic does need to know some of the inner workings of a car in order to repair or maintain it. The car driver would be the GenAI developer, and the car mechanic would be the MLOps engineer. If the Generative AI Developer Professional Cert builds on top of Machine Learning Engineer Associate and Data Engineer Associate, then we can expect the cert to test you on MLOps engineering too, not just on GenAI development. So the naming is not super accurate. As an AI software engineer who has been developing GenAI apps for the past year and who already completed the AI Practitioner and Machine Learning Engineer Associate certifications, I am probably a good candidate for this new professional certification. The idea of taking the exam and getting certified excites me, but a Pro Cert is very demanding, and I haven't taken one yet. Right now, I think I will definitely check the AWS Skill Bidder exam prep materials once they become available on the 18th of November, but I still have to decide whether I will go for the certification, and if I do, whether I do so while it's in beta. Here are some concerns that I have. One incentive to take the exam while it's in beta is to get the early adopter badge. I personally have both early adopter badges for as AI practitioner and for Machine Learning Engineer Associate, although honestly I haven't seen these badges be of any worth or use. They look good and shiny on a CV, I guess. In the case of AI practitioner, I took the exam while it was still in beta, whereas for Machine Learning Engineer Associate, I took it after it came out of beta. We still don't know if AWS will continue to give an early adopter badge for the Generative AI Developer Pro when it comes out of beta or not. They did so for AI Practitioner and ML Engineer Associate for a few months, but there's no guarantee that they'll do that this time. Another incentive to try out the exam in beta is that it's 50% cheaper than usual. That's no joke because the AWS professional certifications normally cost $300. So they are quite pricey, but in beta they would only be $150. However, beta exams also have their drawbacks. So first of all, you cannot retake beta exams. So if you fail a beta exam, you will need to wait until it goes general access to retake it. Secondly, they are longer and less refined than the general access exams. Professional cert exam questions are already really long and convoluted, so seeing more of them, and some with questionable wording, will for sure drive many of us crazy. Specifically, the exam consists of 85 questions and is 210 minutes long, although if you are like me, not native in English, you can take 30-minute extension, so it could be a total of 240 minutes. That's almost 4 hours sitting in an exam. Yikes. So is the cert worth it? I mean, it's no secret that AWS have lagged behind its main competitors, Azure and GCP, when it comes to AI. Heck, even though we hosted our app infrastructure in AWS in the 2 main AI projects that I worked on in the past year, we still called OpenAI endpoints when it was time to use an LLM. For the Cube LLM project, the infrastructure of which project you can see on the screen, we called an external GCP service to do optical character recognition, or OCR, instead of using the AWS native Amazon Textract service. So here's the AWS infrastructure of the project, but when it came to AI, we called OpenAI endpoint and GCP for OCR. So far, I haven't used Amazon Bedrock or Amazon SageMaker in my production projects. I've just used them for certification preparation, and companies seem to be relying on non-AWS services more when it comes to AI. It's uncertain whether knowing about AWS AI services will bring much value to candidates in the AI market. AWS are desperately trying to break through in the AI services market, and this new certification probably is part of their strategy. They have created and curated a complete AI career path with their new certifications, whereas they have left their existing certifications mostly untouched instead of requiring AI knowledge in them. Most people agree that the most valued AWS certifications are the AWS Solutions Architect certifications, both the Associate and the Professional. These certifications test your knowledge of the vast AWS ecosystem, but for those you barely need to know a few things of their AI services. We will have to see if these new AI certifications gain any traction and value in a tough and competitive market. Right now, it's too early to tell. There is also something to be said about IT certifications being devalued more and more lately. The market is rough, and when people don't have jobs, they try to upskill by getting certified to stand out from the crowd. But when everyone has certifications, they become more of a prerequisite rather than an asset. Now that said, all of that said, professional certifications are tough to get, so they do stand out more than the associate certifications. So in summary, AWS completes its AI certification path with this new Generative AI Developer Professional certification, while deprecating the machine learning specialty. While my interest is piqued, and right now I believe I want to pursue the certification, I'm still not sure if I will take it during the beta period, and I also have doubts as to the actual value of the certification in the market. Of course, it's a professional certification, so there's that going on for it. Maybe I should first take Data Engineer Associate, which I haven't taken yet, in order to prepare for it. If you liked this video, remember to hit like and subscribe. That really helps me understand what kind of content I should be creating. Will you be taking this Generative AI Developer Pro certification? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to be preparing for it by taking the AI Practitioner, Data Engineer Associate, or the Machine Learning Engineer Associate certifications first? Remember that I have study notes and flashcards for AI Practitioner and Machine Learning Engineer Associate certifications, and some of them are even free of access. So if you will take the preceding certifications first, do check my study materials out. Here are 2 videos where you can find study materials for AI Practitioner as well as Machine Learning Engineer Associate. Good luck in whatever endeavors you decide to embark on.